going, nerds? Good to see you. Welcome back to City Skylines, and welcome back to the green power scenario, which I didn't think we'd be coming back to this quickly, but, well, apparently here we are. Now, to get the elephant in the room out of the way, you might be thinking to yourself, hold on a minute. That doesn't look like City Skylines. Yeah, you'd be right. It doesn't really look like City Skylines, does it? Look. The green screen thing is nice. It's nice just having me in a corner. I get it. It's not as pretty just having like a box on the screen. I get it. But the green screen I use was like this far from my back. The lights were hitting it. They were blinding me. They were bouncing green light off of that onto me, so I looked slightly green in all the other videos. It was annoying the absolute hell out of me, and I figured I don't think my background looks that bad. We got Grogu back there. We got a badger. We got one of my Twitch emotes on a pillow. We've got, you can't really see it, but that thing there is City Skylines, the board game, which I don't know if I ever mentioned this in a video, but Paradox, thank you very much for sending that to me as a Christmas present one year. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but it's still wrapped. It's still, I play video games for a living. I don't have many friends in real life. I'm not going to get into it, but I don't have many people that want to play City Skylines, the board game. It's not a pass at the game. It's a pass at my social life, or lack thereof. Now, to talk a little bit about Greensville, there have been some changes since the last episode. Nothing too major, but a couple of things that I am hoping will eventually help us out, and you might notice already. I've decided to take out the on-ramp for the highway that went up here and led all the way down here, because I realized it was kind of pointless. Basically, you would jump on the highway here, you would get back off the highway down here, and that's great and all, it's a bit of a shortcut, but I just didn't really see the need for it. I thought it was relatively pointless. And then I did the same thing over here, because you just get on the highway in this spot and then get off the highway over here, and that's cool. Again, it's a bit of a shortcut, but I wanted to bring the amount of traffic in this area down a little bit, and have I succeeded? Not really. It's still about as bad as it ever was, but it's City Skylines without mods, so it's gonna be. Now, what I want to do today is actually come over this way, because I've already started a little bit of a project. I want to get fishing back in here. We haven't had it in ages, and we have some options for it now. We have the normal fishing harbor, we have a anchovy fishing harbor, and we have a salmon fishing harbor. I want to get salmon, and I want to get anchovies in here. So we'll put the salmon harbor right about there, and we'll do the actually this is the salmon one right here. We'll put it like here, so that's fine. They are at slightly different heights, which is a little bit annoying, but it's okay. We'll not worry too much about it. We're gonna have both of those running at some point, and I've also prepared the river for something a little bit special. If we have a look, you'll notice it's kind of blue. That's tuna. It turns out tuna like deep and fast-moving water, which is exactly what we have in this river. And then the salmon like sort of shallow or normal, whatever, fast-moving water. And then anchovies happen to like shallow, still water. It turns out we don't have any of that. So we're not really going to do much. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. We have a little bit right there. So that's going to be all of our anchovy fishing, which now that I think about it, I've just built an anchovy fishing harbor and we don't have anywhere to get anchovies. I might need to figure that out. I'm not 100% sure where we're going to do any anchovy fishing. I guess I could do some terraforming. I guess what I could do is something like this. So like we bring a bit of land out, right? Sort of into the water. And then that water on like the right side of it will be relatively still, I would imagine. I don't know how great of an idea this necessarily is, because it's going to cause everything back this way to fill up a lot more. I might be about to flood everything is what I'm getting at, but we have anchovy fishing now, so that's nice. Again, not too sure how great it's going to be, but that's probably what we're going to end up doing with this. So let's get started with some terraforming is what I'm getting at. And the good news is I need soil for this, so I can take it off the pile, which we've been building for the last while. Oh, that rhymed. I don't like it. Look, I've done that probably hundreds of times over the years. I've said something and it rhymes and I'm like, oh, it rhymed. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just like weird and old and cynical now, but I really don't like accidentally rhyming things. It's such a, like, not in a major, I'm not sitting here like getting, you know, absolutely tilted and triggered about rhyming two words, but I just don't like it. I don't like doing that. I don't know why, especially in like videos. It's just like, oh, that rhymed. It feels like pointing it out is such like a forced, like, huh, I did a thing. And I feel like talking about it like this just makes it even more of a thing, but not like in a good way at all. Oh man, it's been a minute. It's been a little bit since I've loaded up this map and played City Skylines, so I'm gonna be a bit weird, I think. We're just gonna have to deal with that for today. But the good news is, you know, we're gonna get our shallow water, we're gonna get our anchovies, and this is gonna be great, I'm sure. I am sure there will be no negative consequences to any of this terrain editing that I'm doing here. I am sure that the rest of the river will be fine. Right? Actually, yes. It actually seems like it is doing totally fine. Okay. Well, that gives me anchovy fishing, which, sure. I mean, I think it does. Yeah. Gives us a little bit. That's not too bad. It's a bit weird. It's probably kind of unnatural that the water would do that, but I guess we could say that. God, how would this happen in geography? I guess the rock is a lot harder here, and the river wasn't able to erode it away as quickly as it was able to erode this away. So nature chose the path of least resistance, which was sort of going around the really hard rocks that it couldn't erode. Does that make sense? I have no idea. I also don't have any soil availability, so we're just gonna do this because I need some. And I'm gonna do this right here. We're just gonna do a nice sort of sweeping slope there, just to let a little bit more water through, because I think I'm gonna be kind of grateful for doing that right there. So that looks all right. We have, you know, the anchovy thing right here, which is, I don't know if that's ever gonna work, but we'll find out. Now, I've talked enough and done enough terraforming. Let's put the fishing lines in, then let's eventually connect all this thing up. Okay, so we got salmon fishing. Sorry. Salmon fishing. And we've also got anchovy fishing. I'm not too sure how well this one's gonna go, but we'll see. We'll see if that ends up being enough. I doubt it, but you know, we'll find out. I could, you know, ever so slightly, you know, raise a bit more terrain here, and that might give us a little bit more in the way of slower water, but I'm gonna have to redo some of this, which is whatever. So we'll do, let's see, turn off guidelines, turn off angle. Let's go something like this, something like that, and something like that. So that should be plenty of anchovy fishing. We could go a little further into the corner, but I think we'll manage. I hope we'll manage. I really do. I'm really hoping that this works out. It's notably less anchovies now because the water seems to be moving more than it was, which I'm a little concerned about. But I'll ignore that for now and just move on. We'll just commit to this idea because it's probably a terrible one. Now, what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to do a bit of an avenue, and I want to make sure angles are on as well, which they are. And I want to do an avenue, I guess about there is going to be fine. And I guess we can go down to, I don't know, let's turn off guidelines, bring it down to there. That might actually not work out. We'll go to there, right? This is going to be sort of the backbone of a new area is kind of what I'm thinking. And what I'm thinking as well is we could and probably should connect up to that road. So if I go to about here, maybe about there instead, we can bring this straight through. We can eventually connect it there, I think. Now, that's saying space occupied. We can get a road in there. It's not a big deal. But that is going to be relatively close to an already existing intersection. Now, we could sort of bring one over here and try and connect it to that guy, which would be something. It's not going to connect up perfectly, though. So I think maybe the best thing to do here would be bring a road sort of straight through here. Bring a road sort of straight off of there, and we'll just try and get them to line up as best we can, which I think that's about right. It's almost right. Let me see. So you need to line up there? Yeah, so that kind of works, and that's all right. And I think I'm going to curve that just because I want it to be a little fancier. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll take out those 2 bits, and we can go ahead and just put a very, very slight little curve on there. Don't need to do it, and it does mess up the zoning a little bit, but I think it looks fine. I think it's all right. And that's going to give us a connection out to here, which is, you know, what we wanted. Looking at that, could I have ran that straight through? No. So that's fine. That's absolutely fine. We'll extend this guy up a little bit as well, just so I have it there in case I ever need it. And I guess I need to figure out how I'm going to connect this as well. Now, it actually looks like there's a really easy way to do this, which would be bringing that guy off of there. Now, the zoning's a little weird at that corner, but that's fine. It's gonna be. And I guess, I mean, does it need to be an avenue? I suppose would be my question here. I guess it probably doesn't. It probably could be a smaller road, but I don't know. I'm probably going to put industry down there, so we probably want it to have a good handle on traffic, but then, yeah, let's take a chance not doing an avenue. We'll keep it as something we can upgrade though. And what I'll do is bring this guy off of about there, and we can just line these up like that. And it looks all right. I think I might want to ever so slightly redo that road though. So you would go just straight up there, which looks better. And I could curve this as well, and I think I will. Just again, because it's going to look a little... Why do we have helicopters coming over here? Oh, you're dealing with crime, aren't you? Yeah, they're dealing with crime. All right. I was going to say that thing better not be on fire, and thankfully it wasn't. The good news as well is we actually have got a road connection for this now, so we should be able to get ambulances, police cars, fire trucks, garbage trucks, and all that out here, which is going to be a beautiful thing. And I think what I'll also do, just because we're going relatively simple with this for now, is we'll just do a little setup like this. And I think that works. It would be nice if I could get this thing to, you know, be on grid, but I'm not going to get to do that, am I? So we'll not really worry about it. Can I do that? I can do that. So this bit's kind of weird with the grid, but the rest of it's fine. I'll take it. Okay, we'll take that bit out. And we'll keep this. We could, if we wanted to, actually extend this up a little bit further towards the highway, which I'm not against doing. And we'll bring this guy down. Or no, we won't. Ooh. What distance is this? That's going to be 10, isn't it? It is. Okay, so turn off grid snapping. We want to go 10. We want to go to there. And we want to do that. So that's going to give us zoning that lines up everywhere except for the little chunk in the middle, and that's all right. And this guy's just going to go to about there. So that's going to give us zoning right into that corner, right against the highway. That's perfect. This could... I would like it to be extended down. But the thing is, I don't want it to do that. You can see it's doing like a 178 there. I don't really want it to do that. So, I don't know. I don't know how we're necessarily going to do anything about that. I guess we could turn road guidelines on, do something like this, and do something like that. I guess that's okay. And I guess this could connect straight down. No, it's not going to let me do that. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Could I do a normal road down? No. Okay. I'll tell you what then. Let's turn you guys into 2 sections of normal road. And let's do this. We probably shouldn't do one way going down there, but I might just to see how traffic handles it. So one way sort of going there. Yes, it's going to have to come along this road, but that's fine by me. We'll just see. All right. We're just going to see what traffic does. We're going to see how traffic handles it. Probably. Well, hold on a minute. I forgot we had asymmetrical roads. I absolutely forgot we had asymmetrical roads. So let's do that, I guess. Hold on. What if I turned you? Oh, now that's the way to do it. So we get turning lanes here, one for each direction. Then not enough here, but that's okay. Then down here, we want to do, I guess, something like that. I like that. I forgot we had these. I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely forgot we had these. That's kind of cool. I like it. I like it a lot. We could do this if we wanted to. We could do something like that, I guess. Yeah, those are those are kind of useful, man. Those are kind of useful. So we want 2 lanes kind of going that way, I guess. And then I guess at this end it'd be 1 lane. It is a bit weird that it has the the crossing there, but that'll probably be good for people. And sure, that's fine. I like it. I do. That's going to be a new industrial area, basically. So let's bring some power over. We'll bring power into this corner, since that's probably a good spot for it. So it's going to go right there. I am going to need to raise it up, though, so we'll do a bit of height. Bring it over. I can't go to there. What if I turn off road lengths? I now can, which is beautiful. Then we'll bring this guy back down to ground level. And where can I run it to? I don't really want to, like, take it. I guess we'll get rid of a building for now. Not the end of the world, is it? Just something like that, plain and simple. So that'll give us power into this area. And then do I want to put services out here? I guess I do. I guess we probably are going to need them. So let's do fire. Let me do policing on that corner. So let me do policing there. And then can I put fire? I was hoping I could do this in such a way as like cover up the weird zoning. And I technically can, right? I can do something like this to cover up part of it, which I guess is what we're going to do. And then on this side, we unfortunately can't, or can I? Oh, I can. Let's do that as well then. So that'll cover up some of the weird zoning. In terms of medical, now medical would cover it up perfectly. I don't know that we need a big old hospital down here though. You know, I feel like a full hospital here is a bit overkill, especially right next to the docks, but it fills up the space and the zoning pretty well. So I think it's what we're going to do. Not very industrial though, is it? It looks weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's do a hospital here. That seems like a better spot for it. That seems like a much better spot. And then I guess, I don't know, whatever that is, police station and fire station in here. Oh, that would have been good if it fit. That would have been really good. I guess the fire station can go like here, right? So they're both relatively close to each other. They both have a power connection, which is good. I totally forgot the pipes because of course I did. You look, you can't hold me accountable for that one. I took like a week. I took like a week off of playing City Sky. I took a week off and I forgot pipes. I take it back. You can hold me accountable for forgetting them. And just like that, we have some zoning, we have some buildings popping up, but I want to get a little something something. I want to get the fish factory, because the fish factory is useful for a few things. It's going to give us goods that can go out to, now we have got one, but I want to move it closer to all of this. It's going to give us goods that can both be exported and go to consumers. So I think what I'm going to do is, I need more soil availability. So we're going to just build this up a little bit, which is going to look ridiculous. It always is. Look, this is pile number 2. This is the second pile. Basically, I'm going to flatten this. And I'm going to flatten all of this. And I'm going to try and put the fish factory in that space, is what I'm going to try and do. And then we'll fix the terrain around it. I just think it's kind of going to make sense to do this, since this is kind of like almost, I guess this would almost be like a man-made like fishing thing, right? This would 100% be man-made, you know, for anchovies. So let me try this. Let me go and line up here. Give me a straight section running to there, I'm thinking. So something like that. You can line, oh my, that's a bit of a height difference, but that should be fine. Now shoreline required is a little bit annoying there, but if I could make this work, I think this could look really good. It's gonna look like a really deliberate fishing area, and that's kind of what it's supposed to be. It's just the height difference is kind of ruining it. Okay, so we have the keys, and this is kind of what I was thinking of with this whole thing. Whether or not it ends up working for anchovies, I don't care. It looks cool, and that's pretty much the only point for this thing existing. That's basically about it. I would like to do this though, because I think that's going to be kind of cool. And then I think going and doing something like this might make it kind of cool as well. I might need to just push that terrain back a little bit further, and then okay, that's, do you not want to, City Skylines just hates me, is what I'm discovering here. It just hates me. It'd be really nice if it didn't. I've also got too much soil, of course I do. I'll just put all that there, I guess, and then just push this back a little bit. Is that gonna work? What do you mean? It is very clearly a shoreline. I will get this working. That is a shoreline, right? Apparently not. All right. What do I know? I just live a couple of miles from the beach. I've just been on I was about to say, I've been on boats. That qualifies me to know what a shoreline is. How is that not a shoreline? Give me a break, man. What do you want from me here? Can I do like a curve? Man, a curve would be kind of cool there, wouldn't it? Actually be kind of neat. But no, I can't, because that's not a shoreline. Apparently. I guess I could do, wait a minute. Where was that gonna, there's like a spot there where that wants to work. That's apparently a shoreline. How is that not one then? It's like a meter the other way. Is that a shoreline? No, it isn't. I'm not saying I just spent 20 minutes trying to get this to work, but oh boy, that was exhausting. It shouldn't have been. It was the teeniest, tiniest little adjustments that I needed, but there we go. We have finally got whatever this is. Now, we are still getting anchovies, which is great. I don't know how much the boats are filling up. Only 47%. Oh, that's a bit rough, isn't it? That's a bit rough. We're gonna need to do better than 47% per boat, but for now, I'm not really gonna worry too much about it, because I want to go ahead and put a factory in here, is what I want to do. So what kind of distance are we looking at from the, I guess this from the keys is probably fine. So something like that, bring you over, something like that. It's right up against the key, but that's all right. It's totally fine. Although, misbehaving a little bit at the end there. So we'll not go right up to the edge. We'll just leave it where it is for now. In fact, just so it plays nicely, we'll go so far as bringing it away from the edge a little bit. And then it'll line up with that guy. It can line up right there. That's fine. Looks a lot nicer as well. And now we can just run it to about there without it looking quite as terrible, but still kind of terrible. Now, what I want is a fish factory. Kind of a large building. And I might even want to go so far as putting it on its own little section of road, which probably not a terrible idea. So we'll bring this guy over to here. We'll bring you to there. And I guess I guess this bit of land down here is flatter, isn't it? So maybe we're not going to do that. I don't know. I'm not too sure about this. I guess, can I flatten some land? We have a bit of soil availability. So if I was to go and say, give me that height right there, that's going to be some good flat land. We can take that road out and put it back in so it's nice and flat. The factory can go in that corner. And then what I'll do is I'm going to bring some roads kind of around it. So something like that. We're going to bring you up about 10. You're going to come down to about there. You're going to go to about there. And this is not actually going to connect the way I hoped it would. So we'll leave a gap of 2 and then we'll connect this all up. So we have that kind of looping around the factory in a reasonable way. And then we just need to give this thing power and water, I guess. But I also want to just lower the land a little bit more. So we'll just sort of, you know, use some soil up there. We'll flatten you out a little bit more. And then we'll put those roads back in here. So you to there, take that one out, and that looks better. So that's going to be our fish factory. And I don't know how I feel about these hills, looking at it. So gonna take those roads out as well and smooth all of this. That was not smoothing. This is smoothing. I just think the fewer kind of noticeable cliffs I can have in the middle of a district, the better. Honestly, I would prefer that we don't have any very, you know, noticeable cliffs in the heart of an industrial district. So just something a bit like this. It's going to be a little bit steep, obviously, but definitely better than it otherwise would be. So you're going to go to there, you're going to go to there, and that's definitely better, but I think we're going to have to curve it. I think we're going to have to curve both of them, to be honest. So you and, oh boy, what way have I done this curve? Hold on. Oh god, these roads are starting to get weird. Okay, so there and there, I guess. And we can turn that into just a plain and simple little kind of curve like that. It's not the greatest. It's definitely not the greatest, but it'll do. You and you. We'll take those guys out and we'll go ahead and do the same thing here. Again, not the greatest, but it'll do. It makes it look like a more gradual hill rather than sort of like a road going that way, then going up there. So it works. It does what we want it to do. Now, let's go ahead. Let's put some pipes just here and bring you down like that. We'll put some pipes just here, bringing you down, connecting you, and then we'll just run them around the thing because it's nice and neat, essentially. So we have that. We're going to need power, but I think the way to do that is just going to be put some industry in here since we have got the demand for it. And then that should be a working fish factory is what it should be. And there we go. We've got some offices in here, which is lovely. We've got some industry in here, which isn't. And we kind of have a problem. We are getting a complaint about low fishing route efficiency. Efficiency. I don't know how to fix that, to be honest. Now, the thing is, a fishing route can overlap itself. So let me try something. I want to see, if I turn off grid snapping and I turn off angle and road and everything snapping, can I wonder if I could get another little line in there, right? So if I have, say, road guidelines on and I go there, right? Now we're going to need to turn you off, but if I do this, right? So that can work. Can I get another one in there? Maybe. There's a very, very distinct maybe I can do this. I might have to make this wider and I really don't want to. Not gonna lie. I really don't want to have to make this thing wider. Now how would that work though? Because it needs to go in, then down, then back in, then back out. And I don't think it can loop over itself, can it? Oh, it can. Okay. Wait, there's probably another way to do this. What if we did road length and no, we don't need guidelines. We need angles and length. Because then we can do... Oh god, this is this is gonna be a little stupid. Okay. It comes in, it goes that way, it goes that way, it comes down, and it loops around the whole way like this. The entire length of that bit of water. It's not gonna be perfectly even the whole way along, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. It comes up to here, it goes to here, it goes to here, and then, oh my god, it works. I don't feel proud of this. I'm just gonna say it. I don't feel proud of this. But if it works, I mean, look, modern problems require modern solutions. So if this works, right, we have this little boat here. I don't know what kind of efficiency, what kind of percentage we're going to be looking at on any of these boats. But, I mean, he's getting to over 50%, so that's something. I don't know if that did anything. It just looks so ridiculous. I love it. I really do. I genuinely kind of love that. And 64% is honestly acceptable, and the complaint is gone. So, sure, I guess. I don't know how to feel about that. I do not know how to feel about that. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's just see what we can do to fill in some more of this space, because we have places up here that we probably want to zone. So let's get that done. Let me go ahead and say that this is going to be commercial. Let's say that this is going to be commercial. Let's do all of that as commercial as well. Everything in the heart of this area is going to be residential, as, you know, I think was the plan. And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get some paths that connect all of this. So we'll use some park paths with decorations for now. I don't know if we'll always use those, but they'll certainly do for now. It is going to get rid of some buildings. That's honestly okay. I'm not really too stressed about getting rid of some buildings here and there. So we can just run you straight through, I guess. And immediately I hate those paths. So we'll just downgrade them to the normal ones because they actually connect a little bit better. And I'll just put my own trees in there at some point. So that's going to give us those connections. We can go here and do the same thing. We can bring you over, down, and over. We can bring you over, down, and over. And we can just bring you sort of straight through, something like that. And that's all right. And I guess we could go over here and do similar. We could punch straight through there, but I think I'll pass. I don't think we need to do that. We have enough paths, and that's good enough for me. Now, in terms of metro, I do want to bring some over here. So let me grab a quick station. I'm not going to do anything fancy with this one. We'll just do a metro station, say, there. And we'll do a metro station, slope too steep. Ooh. We'll do one, I guess, here. Or maybe that corner will do. And then down this way, I want to do the same thing. So right about there, can connect to that guy. And right about somewhere here that the slope's not too steep, I guess that corner again is what we'll do. And that's just going to let us expand the metro out into this area. And I guess we could expand this lower one as well into this space too. I don't know if we need to do that, but it's what we're going to do. I think it'll be fine. So let's just run some metro lines over to, let me road guidelines, please. So you are going to run to there and run straight in there, which is actually not the angle that I'm looking for. So what if I was to just curve this? So we run it to about there. That looks fine. And then this guy, I'm just going to run it straight over. I think that's all right. And this guy, oh, that's a little frustrating. Okay. Can I get away with this? I can. It's not the neatest, but it's going to have to do. This guy is going to be kind of a similar story. Not the neatest, but going to do. Not the neatest, but going to do. It's not super sharp, okay? It's not the end of the world. Now what we need to do, extend this guy out to that stop. We'll add one there, and we'll add one there and there. And at the bottom, we do exactly the same thing. And there we go. We have some metro stations up and running. Hopefully, people are going to want to use them. Hopefully, this one gets some use as well. Hopefully, all of them get some use, to be completely honest, because it'd be a bit annoying if they didn't. And then in terms of traffic, have we fixed everything? Sure. Yeah, this is better than what we had before. This is actually somehow worse. That's impressive, actually. I'm kind of impressed that it's somehow worse than what was in there before. Even down here is worse. I don't know. I guess it's just the quickest way into the city for some people, so we're gonna have to do something about it. We're gonna have to do something, because I'm not. Oh, what's my percentage? Do I dare? 64%. 64% traffic flow. Oh. No, we need to do a full overhaul. We're gonna have to tear this city apart, and we're gonna have to make it so much better than it is right now. I cannot. No, I'm not. 64%, 75% minimum. I don't think wait, what happened here? Huh? Did these catch fire? Is that, I guess. Can I bulldoze them, please? I guess they caught fire. I don't know. Look, I'm struggling to really focus because I just want to fix the traffic. It's really bugging me. And I think it's fair to say that's probably going to be my focus for at least the next episode of this series. But if you've watched this far, I want your opinion. What do you want to see from the green power scenario map? This map that we're playing here. I did ask in part 10 of this series what you want to see next from Cities Skylines, and your feedback was noted, and I've got some ideas for future things. But a lot of you said you'd like to see me continue playing without mods, which is what this series is going to be. But you didn't mention specifics. Some of you did. Some of you said you want more IT clusters, you want more, sustainable living, more self-sufficient housing, and what was the other one? The green commercial stuff. I'm absolutely going to dive into some of that. But what else do you want to see from Greensville? What else do you want to see from the green power map, etc., etc.? I'm curious to know, and you can leave your feedback down in the comments below, or you can tweet me at ConflictNerd on Twitter. That would be appreciated as well. Even if you don't want to tweet me, you can follow me on Twitter at ConflictNerd. It's good. I tweet a lot. I do. I tweet a lot. And sometimes you'll get the videos early on Twitter because they don't show up in the sub feed all that often. Anyway, I'm not going to go into complaining about YouTube. I'm just going to leave it there for today. So, there's not really anything else to say other than thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.